Hi, I'm so glad you're here. This is Melissa, and together let's find those grounding, magical moments in our lives that nourish our spirituality.
Episode 17, When You Borrow Energy from the Sun. It was one recent morning that I woke up not feeling great. It was just something that was already existing. My body was already having some issues, but the physical side from how you're actually feeling, sometimes despite of how your body feels, you're still in good spirits. And some other times, your mood starts to go down, starting to feel a little pessimistic. And that day, it was the latter. And I was worried how my low spirits could pull me into a downward spiral. So I decided I want to shift my energy and reach out for a book, a new book I have called Spells for Living Well. Inside that book, there's one spell about working with the sun to recharge your energy, and it needs nothing more than just taking a walk outside. So that's what I did, and this example in this episode, I think, is particularly good for people who find magic, who feel magic in nature, but aren't quite sure what to do with that feeling. The line between appreciating nature and stepping into nature's spirituality can be blurry, can be evasive, because it could be as simple as the difference between appreciating the sun and interacting with it. So I went out, did a bit of stretching, and felt its warmth shining on different sides of my body. Now, you don't need to be spiritual to know that this is good for you in terms of health, in terms of wellness and mood. Everyone knows that. What a pagan continues to do to incorporate magic and spiritual connection into this kind of activity is to grow, to nurture the sense of mystery and sense of gratitude, and also a relationship with whatever nature element you're interacting with. And following the direction of the spellbook, I held up my hands to cuss the sun, the disk, and imagine holding that fireball to my stomach. Imagine it feeding into the rest of my body, the rest of my being. When doing this, there could be a sense of playfulness, a feeling of making believe, because I'm totally aware of me doing this as a make-believe thing. But quickly, I know that's not what I want to feel. I want to feel it as real. Because I'm seeing the sun as sacred and powerful. So it's reverence. That's one of the things I want to feel. It's gratefulness. And it's also plea and prayer that I'm feeling, because I'm hoping it would help me, the great sun. So that objective sense of the perspective, how others would see me, and kind of the thoughts about how I'm describing or justifying this action begins to fade away, and I just focus internally on the things I do want to feel. I took the metaphor of the sun, the fireball, and acted as if it was real. In a way, by doing that, I'm offering my consciousness to the mystery. I'm letting go of my everyday thoughts, my conscious observations, and I fade into a sort of a ritualistic moment. And from there, that's how mysteries beginning to be nurtured. I remember I'm out here under the sun because I want to ask for help. I'm asking for the sun to grant me lasting power and energy and healing. And I remember that I'm asking for this because I believe it to be powerful, because I respect, I honor, and I revere it. And I believe in its amazing power. And very commonly, so I was stretching, and doing what the book says. Usually, even if you begin by following a script, at some point you will notice what you exactly need at that moment, regardless of what any book or what even you were planning to do. You start improvising when you start to be in touch with yourself and feel what you need. So I went from not knowing what would happen next, just being out there, to I know I want to voice my prayer about getting help and feeling better, getting more energy. So I started saying, lend me your warmth, lend me your passion, lend me your fire. It was my wish and plea at that moment, and I repeated it until it felt less like a brainstorming session and more like a confident dance that no one is watching. And for a while I just did that, and after I felt I've expressed my prayer and in an authentic way that belonged to myself, after that I quieted it down and concluded with thanks and offering. And that concluded a spiritual rite just several steps outside of my home. If you want to start honoring some aspect of nature, the sun it's a very easy start because it's so prominent, and we feel its power. We all innately feel reverence and wonder towards the sun. All it takes is a little elements of ritual like body movements or some words of chanting and temporarily surrendering the consciousness. It's very easy to bring that honoring and mystery to our usual life. And that's why I really like the book. I referenced Spells for Living Well because, as the title says, it's for living well. You don't have to go further than that if you don't want to. I consider that a crossroad of magic and wellness, because what does it take to start? It takes nothing more than the basic self-care of getting sun and moving your body and spending time outdoors. And in the realm of nature spirituality, it's very easy to go across and straddle the line between wellness and magic. And if you decide to go further, it's very easy. You start to cultivate a relationship. You begin to honor and address whatever natural element you feel you have respect for and you love, and you can grow a deeper, more fulfilling relationship. That's the beginning of it. And so, and that's what I want to share in this episode, and I will see you again in another episode.